Hello humans, Allison and Toni here, your favorite HR humans, with yet another HR tip of the week. What are we talking about today, Toni? Guess what?
What?
I hired somebody.
Ooh! That's a hard thing to do nowadays.
I know, they're coming tomorrow.
Oh.
I don't know what to do.
It's okay. We've got you covered.
Okay.
Let's talk about what we do.
What do I do?
Right? Day one is so important when you bring a new employee into an organization. It's their very first touch with somebody outside of recruiting, which is also an important part of the onboarding process. But today's day one, they're coming in. What do you say?
I'm really nervous and excited.
Yeah, and you want them to be happy and you want them to go home being like, I have made the best decision coming here, making a change and having this be the next part of my kind of journey and career organizational growth. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that their first day is awesome. You want to make sure on their first walk-in that they are greeted, somebody knows they're coming, they're not
Very
walking
important.
in, and people are like, who are you? So making sure that they come in and you introduce them to the team. Introduce them to the important people they're going to need to engage with within the next 30 days, right?
I think it's also important to make sure they understand what to expect in the next 30 days. What is the next 30 days going to look like for them? What is their training going to look like? Who are they going to be working with? What's your expectation out of their next 30 days? You also want to make sure you're not overloading them.
Yes.
It is also their first day.
Yes.
So they're super nervous and excited. You want to make sure you're not giving them way too much information, that they're catching none of it. The more you can document in the process, the better. So definitely make sure you're having a structured day one.
Yep.
Giving them material to go home with, writing, having things prepared for them.
Yes.
But I think Toni highlighted on something really important. Be prepared.
Yeah.
Make them feel like you're excited to have them there. You're prepared for them to start. The worst thing that could happen is I walk into my day one, nobody knew I was coming. Nobody was prepared for me. People act like I'm a burden when I'm there. So you want to make sure your team is set up.
Reading.
Yeah, reading
all
day one.
No, that's not a good time.
What about lunch?
It's always great to connect a new employee with another employee in the organization to have lunch with, and letting them know that before they come in on day one. If it's something that either the new employee is paid for because the organization is covering that, or whatever it may be, in the lunchroom they brought their own lunch. Having them connect with another employee and engage right away gives them another touch of someone in the organization who's been there, who can answer those questions on what a day-to-day looks like, who can be a friend on that day one to say, how are things going? What kinds of questions do you have? A little less pressure than maybe a manager to employee, which is also okay to do, but it's nice when they can kind of engage with the other staff members. It's a different level of possible anxiety or stress, and it kind of reduces a little bit of that concern.
Yeah. Another good suggestion is setting up a mentorship or a mentor program. So letting them know who you've paired them with in the company. Again, whether it's a peer, perhaps it's a superior. Peers are always better.
Yeah.
But through their process, let them know during their 90 days or during their tenure, you've partnered them with this person so they can ask those questions they're afraid to ask, or they can have those conversations that they maybe don't want to talk to their manager about, and really giving them those opportunity to learn about the culture, learn what's acceptable, what's not acceptable in the workplace. Every workplace culture is different.
Oh, yeah.
Every workplace operates different. So really just also giving them keys on things to look out for. Does everybody order out on Fridays? Might want to let them know that, so that when they don't come in with their bag lunch on Friday, they're ready to buy into Lunch Club.
Yeah, absolutely. So making sure, as we said, having a really strong orientation process, making sure that first day really hits it out of the park with the employee is so important. It creates engagement, it creates long-time tenure, it makes sure that they're really bought into the culture of what's happening in the organization. It also makes sure that the other employees are bought into them, making sure they're giving them the best opportunity and the best effort that I have to make sure that you're starting off with the right foot and make sure come to me with questions. You're not a burden. I'm available here for you, so that your employee feels great in their first day, their first week, their first month, and absolutely within their first 90 days, because that is when most people get to decide, am I going to stay here or not?
And especially in the tight labor pool that we're in right now, it's really important that once you get the hire, you keep the hire.
Absolutely.
As always, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're always here to answer more questions. But make sure you like, subscribe, and share our video so your friends can be as smart as you are.